Hello, this is Mr. Hornsby83 with another edition of Mr. Hornsby83 Topics, and tonight we'll start a three-parter, which I will be running until Saturday, talking about WrestleMania, some of my favorite moments from it, some of my favorite matches from it, some of my favorite, title changes in it, and so on. But I'm gonna start with WrestleMania 1, and one of my favorite moments was the fact that Muhammad Ali was there. He refereed the main event match between between Mr. T, Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, and Bob Orton. And I think that they should have did basically individual matches, like Bob Orton fought Mr. T for Mr. T to get a chance to face Roddy Piper, and Piper should have been challenging Hulk Hogan for the title, but they decided to make it a tag team main event, which it was a pretty good match and all, but I really think they could have done more with this. Muhammad Ali refereed it, like I said. I think there were some current football players that were big names at that time at WrestleMania 1. But, nothing too special. WrestleMania 2, I believe, was one of my favorite moments from WrestleMania 2. No, I actually think it was WrestleMania 1. WrestleMania 1 when Big John Studd took on Andre the Giant in a Hookah Slam Who match, and Big John Studd got body slammed by Andre the Giant, and instead of take the money and that, he took it and threw it to the fans and that. Bobby Heenan took the bag and took off and ran. But WrestleMania 2. One good thing about WrestleMania 2, even though I don't think King Kong Bundy should have fought Hulk Hogan for the title at WrestleMania 2, is the steel cage main event for the championship between Hogan and King Kong Bundy, but still, one of my favorite moments, I believe. Let's see what else happened. It's hard to remember every single thing. But let's see. And Hulk Hogan slamming King Kong Bundy after Bundy had got the best of him a number of weeks prior to that. I think Macho Man might have won the Intercontinental title from Tito Santana, which was another thing I liked about it, because I've always been kind of a big Macho Man fan. I've always enjoyed watching him wrestle from his days in WWE to WCW, and it's really sad he passed away in 2010. But WrestleMania 3. Some of my favorite moments from that. Well, let's see. Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. Let's see. The Ricky the Dragon Steamboat Macho Man match was very great. Everybody talks great about that match. One of the best matches ever for the Intercontinental title. I don't know, that's about it for WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 4, Macho Man winning the championship, and I'm a big fan of tournaments especially when the title's involved. I'm a big fan of that. I really like the tournament format, especially when it's for a championship, because I'll tell you what, Survivor Series 98 is one of my favorite Survivor Series of all time because of the tournament and all that. It was just amazing. And, so I enjoyed WrestleMania 4, probably one of the best WrestleManias ever, because of the fact that you had the tournament for the championship, the unpredictability, the, Macho Man going through three guys in a row. Ted DiBiase got a pass in the second round, and it was looking like Ted DiBiase was going to win, but it ended up being Macho Man because Hogan came out and helped. Although I didn't care too much for all the shenanigans in the match, but didn't see Macho Man get his first title, WWF title. But I think the reason why he got it, and I've heard all kinds of rumors about Honky Tonk Man was supposed to lose to Macho Man for the Intercontinental title at 4, but Honky Tonk Man didn't want to. He was They felt like he shouldn't have to, and this and that, so they put the title on Macho Man to appease him. And I think you should have had the title on him a little bit sooner than what you did, but hey, he got the title, which was great. Alright, WrestleMania 5, the big Hulk Hogan Macho Man match, and it built up from, I believe, Survivor Series that year, all the way till WrestleMania, because Macho Man was acting like he was jealous of Hogan, and he thought Hogan was messing with Elizabeth. That was the storyline, kayfabe, and all that. And it was a good match. Rick Rude Warrior was a pretty good match. I like that match for the Intercontinental title, although Rick Rude won. But Warrior eventually got the title back because now we're going into 6. And 6, I got a little better memory, so sorry if the other ones I've only named like 1 or 2 things about it that I like. But 6, I remember a lot. Jake the Snake fought the $1 Million Man for the $1 Million belt. And $1 Million Man still won, I think, because Jake the Snake got so hot-headed and like got disqualified. And so, you know, I would have loved to see someone actually beat $1 Million Man for that belt. And they should have officially made it a title, but they never really did in WWE. It was just a custom belt for Ted DiBiase because he was supposed to become WWF champion and probably eventually lose it to Hogan, but he was supposed to fight guys like, I guess Hacksaw Jim Duggan and that for the title, but Duggan and Iron Sheik got in trouble, like, for some kind of alcohol incident, and, you know, but yeah, and the biggest thing about WrestleMania 6, Warrior Hulk Hogan. First time ever a good guy and a good guy was fighting for the championship. Ultimate Challenge. Intercontinental title on the line, WWF title on the line. Warrior pulled out the win, and it was one of the greatest matches ever, as well as WrestleMania history. Too bad when they had one, like in '98, that was one of the worst matches in wrestling history. But, yeah. Well, WrestleMania 7. One of my favorite moments is when Macho Man, after he lost the Warrior and he's about to retire, and Sensational Sherry or Scary Sherry or whatever they called her, because she had so many freaking nicknames. You know, you couldn't realize what to call her, but, he turned on Macho Man, was hitting him and that, and Miss Elizabeth gets in the ring, smacks her around, chases her off. Macho Man and her standing in the ring, and then they hug, and, you know, Macho Man realizes that Miss Elizabeth was the right woman for him all along, and, you know, all that stuff. And, you know, the Hulk Hogan Sergeant Slaughter match was kind of a forgettable match, because pretty much predictable Hulk Hogan was going to win the match. I mean, there's no doubt. I wish Sergeant Slaughter would have got a longer run, but because he only got like a month and a half, and then he lost it to Hogan because he beat Warrior after Warrior held it for over a year. But WrestleMania 7. One of my favorite moments about that was after the main event between Hogan and Sid was over. Sid and Ric Flair are sitting there attacking Hogan, and Hulk Hogan gets some help from the Ultimate Warrior, which was eventually, I think, or maybe it was after WrestleMania 7. After WrestleMania 7, Hulk Hogan was supposed to team up with Warrior at SummerSlam to take on Sergeant Slaughter and General Eggnog. That didn't happen because of alleged Warrior being money hungry, but who knows? Vince McMahon makes up so much crap, and Vince McMahon's so freaking ignorant. It's hard to believe anything Vince McMahon says. And then, Vince McMahon being so delusional. WrestleMania 8 is what I was talking about, yeah. Let me get back on the subject of WrestleMania 8. WrestleMania 8 was, you know, Warrior came back after being gone for several months, helped Hulk Hogan against Sid and Flair and Perfect, I think. And so that's one of my favorite moments from that. WrestleMania 9. One of my favorite moments when Legion of Doom came out on motorcycles. I think it's the first time anybody ever did that in wrestling history. Legion of Doom came out on motorcycles, I believe, defending the tag team titles. I think against oh no, that was SummerSlam, my bad. Well, I'll just go with the title switching hands twice in like a span of 15-20 minutes. Because Yokozuna beats Bret Hart because of the help of Mr. Fuji. And then Hulk Hogan comes out, takes on Yokozuna, takes the belt from Yokozuna. Eventually loses it back to Yokozuna, which I've already put out some news about what was supposed to happen at SummerSlam 93, but it didn't happen because of Hogan being the frickin' politicking douchebag that he is. But, yeah. WrestleMania 10. Ladder match for sure. The first ever ladder match in wrestling. Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental title. The Bret Hart-Owen Hart match, I really liked it, and I loved how they had Owen Hart beat Bret because it made him look weak going into the title match, which gave him more of an underdog role, which you see what happened at the end. I also like the fact that Yokozuna had to defend the title twice at WrestleMania 10. First against Luger, which I've made my point across. Luger should have won the title when he was hot, but Vince McMahon, he's so stupid. He won't give a guy that's hot the championship. I mean, look what they're doing with Daniel Bryan, which I'll get to that in my WrestleMania 31 prediction video next week. Well, not prediction, topic, and then I have a prediction for WrestleMania. But, and then Bret Hart, end of the night, beat Yokozuna. It was a weak way he beat Yokozuna, but I love how everybody came out, was applauding him, holding him on their shoulders. It was a great moment for Bret Hart. Only one that really wasn't out there was Owen because, they had the Bret Hart-Owen Hart feud, which led to a great match at SummerSlam between Owen and Bret, which was just one of the best SummerSlam matches ever, up there with, Undertaker, Austin, and all those great matches. But this will conclude part 1 of this video. Sorry if I made a few mistakes on some things, but, But, yeah, tomorrow, part 2, 11 through 20. Till then, peace out.